There's one thing that most matches have in common in professional wrestling, and that is somebody's getting hit with a finisher. Now, every wrestler has a finishing move, which just means the move that should finish the match. But nowadays, it seems like it takes 2 or 3 or 4 finishing moves to really get them down for the count. But that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother video that can be made just off of that. If you're new here, I want to say welcome to the channel. My name is Roman. If you're watching, you're here because you want to know the top 5 finishers. Now, these aren't just top 5s of like what everybody thinks is the top 5. This is kind of just my personal, what my heart, what my soul feels should be the top 5 for these. And you can disagree with me in the comments if you want to. You can agree. I appreciate that better. I'd rather you agree with me. But if you disagree, that's okay. So let's get this underway. Top 5 finishers in WWE. Number 5, I gotta go with the F5. I mean, have you seen Brock Lesnar give somebody an F5? Especially like a smaller to mid-sized person. He slings them. They're gone. They're by. It's over. You know how many times Brock Lesnar has had to use multiple F5s in a match to win? Not very many. Not very many matches are you getting Brock Lesnar dropping multiple F5s to finish it. I mean, it's a definition of a finisher. It typically finishes the match. So Brock Lesnar's F5 goes at number 5. Now, number 4 might be sweet music to the fans' ears, but it is a death note to his opponents. I'm talking about HBK's Sweet Chin music. This is another iconic finisher, and it was another one that truly just finishes a match most times. I mean, how many times are you getting hit with Sweet Chin music and you're kicking out? It did not happen a ton. You didn't need multiple Sweet Chin musics. And now I know in today's professional wrestling, it's just a super kick. Now, let me tell you this. It's kind of like the DDT with Jake the Snake. Anybody else doing a DDT is just a normal DDT. But Jake the Snake doing a DDT, it's over. Very much the same when it comes to the Sweet Chin music from Shawn Michaels. All right, when the Heartbreak Kid starts tuning up the band, it's curtain calls. We're at number 3, and this specific finishing move doesn't just go to one person because it's been used by several. It's devastating. It's out of nowhere. No, it's not. It's not what you're thinking yet. Not quite. That's coming. That's coming. Okay. But I'm talking about the spear. The spear is one of those moves that we have seen finish so many matches, and we've seen it done by so many superstars. You got Batista, you got Goldberg, Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, and not to mention even Rhino. He did his own version of it called the Gore. So we've seen the spear take out so many people. And everybody does it so differently. If you look at Goldberg's versus Roman Reigns versus even Bobby Lashley's, Bobby Lashley's may not be the most devastating looking, but man, it's so fluid and smooth and poetry in motion, if you will. But the spear is one of the most effective moves in wrestling, and that's why I have it. Number 3. All right, I know y'all been waiting on it. Number 2. Here it comes. It's not coming out of nowhere. I'm just going to straight up tell you. It's the RKO. Randy Orton has made his name off of the RKO, coming out of nowhere, taking people out at any given moment. The RKO, man, I mean, what else can you say about it? The Randall knockout. Is that what they call it? Is that what the RKO? Is it the Randall knockout? I don't know. Can we get some clarification on that? Somebody help me with that. The RKO has led Randy Orton to multiple, I'm talking multiple, a lot of championships, a lot of victories, all right? As you know, the moniker, I've said it about 8 times already. It's out of nowhere. What else can you say? The RKO is one of the best finishers in professional wrestling today, and that's why I put it at number 2. We are at number 1, and if you've been paying any attention to maybe the shirt that I'm wearing, it might have given it away. Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Stone Cold Stunner. The fact that so many people took it upon themselves to sell the hell out of the Stone Cold Stunner, that right there tells you how good of a finisher it was, because guys were lining up to take it and see who can flop the highest, who can flip the most, who can roll around the ring. We obviously remember times like The Rock taking it, Razor Ramon, Scott Hall taking it. We saw Booker T take a good one. We've seen a lot of people take great stunners. We saw Austin Theory just a few years back take a great stunner. Stone Cold Stunner, in my heart, is the greatest finisher of all time. And you might disagree, and that's okay. Like I said at the beginning of the video, these are my personal top 5s. And you're going to be getting my personal top 5 favorites every single Friday, exclusively to YouTube. You might see some clips of it on other apps, but the full video, all the info, will be on YouTube. So you got to make sure you're subscribing, you're liking. I appreciate all your support. And I just want to end with this. What's your favorite WWE entrance music?